down the ramp. There's a pop flash. We've got 3 players here. Smooya will distract Magic. He will fall elsewhere. Big need to start off on the right foot on the CT side of Nuke versus a team like Astralis. There's Glaive out. So there is damage to be done here. This can still turn around. That's a great way to start. 2 versus 5 to a 2 versus 2. And there's plenty of time on the clock. Device entertaining while Dupree rotates the bomb.
Yeah, they're more or less, so yeah, it's not going to work out for him.
Probably not much, subconscious, so here we go, hop around.
Good stuff. Tizian definitely has some great aim on it, but the kills will be coming through eventually for Astralis, and xantares will make his way up towards heaven. Flash goes out. Will that be affected? The second one as well. I think it will miss all the players. I think they expected some behind the silos, but they have fallen back towards the hut. Another headshot with the eagle coming through. xantares trying to spin around, trying to find a way to adjust to this chaotic situation. And we do have a very tough situation on our hands. 12 HP on xantares. Okay, well, if he finds his way out of this one, I don't know what to say. Device is ready and waiting, and he'll manage to take him down.
Different liquids have different freezing temperatures. Next, trying to stop a play into the vent, unable to do so. I'm surprised he didn't get a kill there, but tabseN will certainly pick something up, more than one in fact. Device and Zipex remain. Zipex needs to play off of Device. Smooya swinging wide of the USP, knows he's low, and he does. tabseN gets absolutely wrecked. Still 2 players that are a question mark though. There's a flank from the hut. xantares running distraction, and Device will surely moonwalk into his doom. Oh no, there's been a swing into the squeaky position. Last seen in hut, rotating now is Device. 2 players were coming through from main. Smooya's got the angle on the squeaky door, and 3 players will survive for big. There are Kriegs if they want them. Bomb site with these smokes close to main. tabseN isolated by the smoke grenades, won't win his duel. Glaive gets his bell rung. The patience continues. Magic's up close to the UMP. Make it a 5 versus 3. Bigger in trouble on the A bomb site. They're all here though. And Astralis is still overcommitting. Being very, very careful about their advantages. Smoke up in heart. The creep continues from Device. Smooya's now blind. 1 by 1 big fall with limited response. There's the first kill from xantares, but
The second wave of hitting upper as well,
this is an advantage they will try to sit on. It's increased as Glaive gets taken out outside, but Device is pretty damn quick on xantares with AWP. The action continues now. Smooya with a jump peek spots one of the last 2 players on top of Mini. Dupree's fallen off. Trying to make some flashes towards main, but I think Nex has got the angle for this. The Krieg won't be enough. That leaves Device to do what he can. He's collected a Krieg himself. What's next wide? The bomb's still in T-spawn.
1 versus 2. He's got a couple flashes and a molly. This is definitely on the Device.
He's left the door open, which makes them wonder where he might be. Now he got some info. Opens control. Taken an off angle. Will there be a 2-man swing? Which way will they look? He could be in control, but Smooya has control. Look at the details. It's great to watch, but how will they deal with Smooya? Molly towards control. The grenades have come and gone. This is the stronger side of the ramp for CTs to peek, but also dangerous because of expectation. Spots one at the back plant. No bomb plant just yet for Astralis. And tabseN's here as well. He will fall and Smooya takes his place. 3 players remain for big. How much do they want to invest in this? We've still got one on the high ground, and surely it's too late now, but they keep peeking and keep getting smashed by the Kriegs. Tizian just about punishes the reload. The door is closed first, though, so his life is made harder. But what is there to do at this point, really?
Yes.
One that duel, maybe he goes for it.
Not expecting to run into an AWP angle. So
but when they don't peek, then what happens?
and you just have a protocol. You do nothing by that time. You go get the guns and get some map control.
So, me no. Well, I mean, it's fun, but I don't see a world where that makes sense.
Well, I mean,
When you have the Krieg as it is.
the Krieg and the AWP are not the same though.
They're not the same, but they...
xantares is the same as yesterday, it appears, but he just is not getting spots because Astralis are denying him.
It's when you have to do that.
acceleration too. Scope weapons are weird.
Well, there's a chance for a 4th round here. tabseN's done some great damage, which can be followed up upon. Smooya has some position, won't stop the bomb plant, but it's going to decon actually. Ooh, Tizian not very well equipped for the job. He is running distraction, which will prick Astralis' ears and make them wonder where the other player is. dupreeh looking in two directions. Smear waiting to play off of his teammate. The peak has to be perfect.
Oh, did he miss that molly? Looks like he may have missed that one. Might work out though, but Device is still alive. He's got 7 HP. Oh, this is scary. That fast peak with the MP9 not going to work out. 25 kills in the first half of Device.
And the T's will poke and prod, and Glaive will get shot in the face.
All Kevlars for Astralis. Device picking off one already. Magisk as well getting damaged. Device with another one. And the bomb's down on the ground. Couldn't make it across the secret.
Oh, no.
Next will get taken out as well.
Oh yes, he fat fingered it.
That's a nice little angle. And so is that.
This is great to do in this round, considering the next map is to come. Get the BM in there. Totally unnecessary. All the more reason to do it.
Device has reached the 30 bomb.
Oh yeah.
He will surpass 30.
That's why sometimes I'll bait my teammates to get a knife kill.
See ya.
Because it's psychological warfare. It's annoying and it's stupid. And it gives you an advantage. And what an advantage Astralis will have moving into the next map. That is...
There's a gap. That's a pretty sizable gap for dupreeh. He spotted a couple players there.
Enormous gap.
Ooh, it's a big opportunity here for Astralis to do so much damage. Oh, instant tag. That's a big one. Okay, that's the most dangerous player gone. dupreeh not in a great position there, and they've actually managed to push their way in. Oh, it's this guy again.
Yes, it is. But it's a different map, and maybe it'll be a harder, even though it's a 3 versus 2 rather than the 5 versus 2 we saw before. Well, Big looking going for the elimination. I can't imagine they were planning the rotation, but they are rotating the bomb actually. So rather than maybe they're shell shots after the previous round, rather than going for a 3 versus 1 on the B bomb site following that kill.
He only has an MP7, so Glaive. Ooh. Yikes! He didn't have a helmet, I guess. The MP7 has some range to it.
That's one thing I want to drill the stats of the MP7 at some point, because it hasn't been touched for a while and it's not very common. It's got to go through that CT smoke on the site actually. There it is, big one, but no one's too close just yet. Magic's forced forward. Everybody on the site now, 23 seconds remaining. They've got a numbers advantage, but the angles are with Astralis surely for the time being. Magic moving around the short plant position. 15 seconds now, still not on the site big. There's their first opening kill basically. dupreeh now left alone. And with 10 seconds on the clock, 2 players will finish off the job per usual. Device waits for the swing. Taps it and stops it, takes the duel with the Krieg. And he wins it. Device missing his shot, a rare miss from him. Next looking to cut off the rotation, maybe flank a CT spawn player. Looking too many different ways though. And Magic will find a frag. If the retake has to be from CT spawn, that will be really difficult. Super important for Big to hold on to short. That's a great HE grenade though.
Oh my god. I am so surprised how much damage Astralis are doing. Before they've even really had an attack on the bomb site. And here it comes, but they've softened everybody up. And they forced them back with the usage of utility. The smoke as well, that surely is the GG. You can see that Big are already falling away from the bomb site. They know it's done. That's kind of crazy.
Shocker. Device towards the long position in time, and the other end of the map is another AWP. I love it when we see dupreeh AWPing. He can hold an angle through half the tunnel as well. He's got cover to fall back. Smear will have a look. It's just great two-man play from Astralis.
Flashbang there, you know, whatever it is. And Astralis is so good at that. But we get actually stereo kills coming in.
Next. Creeps. Smoke is up. xantares is forced forward. Flashbang avoided. But maybe there are more to come.
Oh dear.
Doesn't even see him.
Angles.
What an angle.
Counter flashes, Big still stuck in a choke point at the moment. That smoke will soon be gone. dupreeh spots one player jumping up by the stack. They start to swing out. 1 for 1 they go, but it's 3 versus 2. There's 9 seconds to plant the bomb, and I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to it. Falling at the stairs of the site.
Utility also.
Yeah, pretty late though. There's a pop flash, but there's the bomb is so fast. Take that HE is going to be really helpful. Someone's got to get on the bomb immediately. Is there going to be time for this? I think he might just be a second too late, you know?
Got it, man.
Oh, excuse me. Gets a multi-tag. Glaive with some spray, running out of bullets over. Zipx in that elevated position. tabseN will deal with him, and there's a push in an unlikely place from next. Makes it doable. Risks being taken, but they are paying off at the moment. Free sees the Molotov coming his way. He's got a gap now. He's on fire, however. There's some spray as well, down to 18 HP, excuse me. Utility keeps coming.
Smoke's going away now. Dupree's in some trouble. The sad thing is they can't understand how low these players are. Obviously, they have 2 orbs as well, so it's an awkward position to be in. They kind of found the perfect round to throw at Astralis.
Used just yet though, some tagging. xantares down to 13, Molotov towards short. No one's gone long now. Device has joined his teammates in the short position, which is being mollied at present. The HEs do so much damage. tabseN down to 4 HP in a 2v2. There's 2 incendiaries to be deployed, trying to delay that bomb plant. tabseN's got to wait, and there'll be another one on the way afterwards. It's staying very far behind. There's a flash, and we won't see. There's a ding-dong from Zipx. Marvelous work. And now tabseN at 4 HP might be able to do it. Now, do they realize that Zipx is probably in the same place? Because Zipx got a frag, they killed Device in CT spawn, and indeed he's looking for Zipx in the low ground. And what will Zipx do?
Could be absolutely anywhere. This is a lot of info, but did he go long?
This isn't that well planted for him either. I mean, it's not terrible, but...
That's a close one, down to 4 HP, and not much utility left on Astralis, but the same is true for Big. Very good picks coming in from Astralis now, and that's the bomb down. Zipx is just taking heads. Now sampiyonu is critically weak. Astralis looking like they're about to get their 5th round here. 5 seconds to go. And almost, it felt like he got a shot off there. Stay for Astralis. Nice spray comes in, the follow-up from Device, and the bomb is under control as well. Huge problem for Big. I felt like they were going to get through there, but now what do? You got 14 seconds. It's impossible to win the round. tabseN sitting in spawn. You can get some damage? No.
Keep Device safer. There goes the scout. Zipx is low as well, but here come the HEs. Boom. xantares on 61.
Play something fun.
That's a pop flash you'd normally do with a flashbang, but he only has a smoke grenade to use as a fake.
And we're back. And so is xantares. Starting things off with a headshot. Big obviously need to make some inroads here. You feel like Astralis did a pretty good recovery, all things considered. 8 rounds on the CT side, not bad. And the T side is, judging by Nuke, pretty devastating. xantares laying down some devastation of his own, although it's put to an end finally. And Magis, meanwhile, try to walk through B. It's unsuccessful. Speaking of walking, having a good time.
Gotta hate it when that happens. tabseN's gone all the way towards long. There we go. Immediately set up for the 2 versus 1.
It's a blessing, a gift from the gods.
This round has not been structurally sound for Big just yet. Made some individual skill to make up for it. They've been outmaneuvered from the start. tiziaN's going to get an MP9 kill somewhere. In the meantime, Nex and tiziaN remain. tiziaN's got an upgrade though to a Creed. In that short position, showing presence. Not much for Nex to do from CT spawn.
In mid, just trying to lurk a little tight.
Looks like they're going to walk it in anyway, just forcing the issue. Flash comes out, tiziaN has to drop down, he's picked up one. The Creed is looking promising, but now he's alone. tiziaN at the back of the bomb site, having to smoke off the molly. Oh, he's found so much damage. tiziaN might just win everything by himself. He's looking for more here. He's bought the time for his teammates to come in. tiziaN.
There's a high flash. Will it have impact? tiziaN, the transfer attempt. Dupree will deal with it. And here come the grenades from the tunnel. sampiyonu doesn't know where to look. He's got to catch Zipx jumping up. Takes out some engagements in isolation. And then there were 2. Now he's buying time. 7 seconds. This bomb's not going to get planted, surely. Big survive with 4 players. Timing just not quite with him. But the Krieg is with tabseN for sure. It's made doable by Astralis. They, however, have Smear to deal with. They've got one flash on Zipex, which can go up the ramp, but Smear's exposed to the long position. Down he goes. Now they've got long and short Astralis. What is the play from Big? Where is the money for Big? So many decisions. There's cash in the bank. Sabson with 12k, so that's not a concern. They want to make it expensive at very least. I thought Nex shot him there, but it was the Flames. Tizian coming in from the back, gets his bell rung. Only loses a little, but he's only got a little left. He and Nex are in the 30s.
Oof. And it's really also about buying time for Device, because if there's very limited time left on the clock, Device gets a 1 versus 2 on the site, given where it's planted, they're going to really struggle to deal with him. He actually goes for a smoke here. They've got a smoke of their own. He's got to hit the shot. He's got to line up perfectly. He can't quite find the lineup. And the defuse is in. Device, doesn't matter if he dies at this point. It really doesn't matter. He knows he's got to be Car at this point.
He does indeed. Pops down, but won't win the duel. That would have been really important. But it seems like this map will be over. As Zipek remains in a 1 versus 4. He has 1 minute, but he has no more health. And Big make the comeback on Dust 2. Again, they had to win it in 3.
Well, it's worked out, hasn't it? Creeks are coming, regardless of what happens here now. But xantares is pressing. He's pressing. He's quick. That Glock, he's just going to eat him up. He has just eaten all of Astralis with that Glock. James.
He's harvested the organs.
Glocks are pretty ridiculous. Couldn't do that with USP.
Kidneys for sale. You could do that with USP. Didn't Device do that at the major?
Well, what I'm saying
On
is,
train.
what xantares was doing was he was just spraying it like it's Julie's from 1.6.
Was it USP or was it a Glock? I forget what side he was on.
USP's.
USP, yeah. There we go.
But my point is that with the USP, it's a higher skill ceiling to accomplish that.
Korok seeds and Zelda, it's like just taking ages to do some nonsense.
And instead of like using like something responsive, you're using like this terrible gamepad. Anyway, push will come in.
Everyone is low. So
Yeah.
many people low.
It's going really well, isn't it? They've not even gotten to a plant yet, and they just have 3 left, and the health is weak. It's a CT in the 4th position. Xantares is trying to find him there. Around side, Ali, hello. And this is a struggle. Time is a problem too. Oh my.
Okay then.
Magisk gets
Well,
the 3 there.
that is a turnaround.
Oh, lots of damage to the utility here. Dupree close to the smoke is so favourable. Gets 2 off the spray. Xantares has made his way forward with a measly 4 HP, and you know what? Dupree's going to take him down with a headshot as well. Similar treatment for everybody. Brawlers. They're going to get so much info. Oh, that's a lot of damage. No kill though.
Time is low, they have to realise now. Smear sees nothing yet, he's got to be nervous. Looks up, he'll just about spot Glaive. Zipex doesn't really have an angle to go for a quick engagement, but what is he able to do? Swinging wide on Smear, but Smear will deliver that second kill as well. 3 in total. Device looks to his left shot from his right-hand side. Zipex falling back for the retake. Xantares with 2, and with him falling, the numbers are even for a second, but next of a multi-frag leaves Dupree alone. They continue to push, and Dupree's just waiting for that rotation.
Just qualify, so...
Magisk is creeping towards Ivy. Next is pretty deep. In the meantime, they're creeping through main. The bomb's still outside main with 20 seconds on the clock. Smokes are up, and Glaive has an angle on 2. And there's a 2-man spray down. The bomb at this point may never make it into the site. Tizian down the ladder, Smear in main. 13 seconds remain, and... this one goes over the wall. The alternative one that you don't see from the B bomb site, and they make the face towards A. Xantares is the first one to get taken out. That's a nice flick from Magisk with the AWP. Gotta be careful from ladder. Glaive's been Molotovs off for the time being. Tabson down to 11 HP. Glaive must be careful. Can't creep through the smoke for free. Deagle and AK. Tizian looking for something. Trying to bait a reaction from T-Con, it seems. Tizian out now, can't quite make a fatal connection, and Tabson's in a 1 versus 1 all of a sudden. He was close. Glaive down to 11 HP. So much damage for Big, way more than you expected.
Box actually. Pretty aggressive from Astralis right here. Oh my. 2 picks, 1 from the Molotov. Not ideal. Tizian doesn't even have enough time to get the bullets off to get the kills. It's down to Xantares. Able to take a headshot towards Ivy. Oh, another one offered up through the sandwich smoke. And now life gets complicated. Dupree cannot frag there. It's up to Zipex now against Nex, who is weak. There he finds him. Now it is Xantares. Flash over the top here. Oh, committed with it, but Xantares is ready for the ting.
The Krieg device is here, as is Glaive. Flashbangs will be out. Support for glaive if he needs it. Not sure what's behind the smoke though. xantares gets ding dong from device, and Smooya's left with 9 HP. So it will be 9 at half time for Astralis. Smokes towards the A side. It's a nice smoke for connector. And then there's the one for Ivy as well. They've obscured some positions. There's a boost Smooya looking for the pops, and he will pop device. 4 players now trying to swarm. There are flashes. They're getting absolutely deleted. Some cheap helmets. Looks like glaive has been spotted now. Got a 1 versus 1 of Tizian, indeed. Need to learn that one. xantares is able to escape back to Sandwich. Very nice. Avangar very fond of having a CT in this position as well, as many teams are. Green involved. xantares going back. He thought he was finished, but he's not. Tabson will clean up and pick up where he left off. 3 versus 1 now. Magisk alone. They don't know where he is. Ooh, he's just behind Tabson's movement there. This grenade execute. Look at the aggression towards main. Are Astralis ready for it? They are. They are 1 up in that exchange. HE towards main will do some good damage. Magisk holding on for dear life. Now, how will things proceed? Will they commit to this? We've got Magisk fighting on optimized position. Maybe expendable at this point of 8 HP. Tabson spotted on the alternative angle of the AWP. They don't have much more info than that. With only 3 players, Magisk will feel confident to peek. No one around Ivy for the time being, but for glaive. Looking for 2 now is Magisk. Tabson will get taken out, footsteps heard, grenades deployed, and Smooya can't pull his gun out in time. This is or it could be a pivotal round for Big.
I'm actually surprised we don't see CT size using the AUG more on this map. You have those headshot, like a prevalent amount of headshot angles.
Big responding on A. Astralis starting to stream in. Well, there's half the information. Smooya gets an opening kill. Hard to trade that one. Some jiggling from Zipek. So many targets up in the open is glaive, and this is falling to pieces for Astralis. 3 versus 5 is not ideal. Those guns can't be retrieved anytime soon, but what do they have for area control? Dupree has a smoke. He could smoke off the Ivy position. He will do exactly that. That's really important to get a bomb plant, but there are still more boosts. Does he hear the footsteps? Doesn't look like he has. Maybe realizing now, he's got to stay really close. Another boost frag, and still Astralis have no response. 4 kills. They're going to pick up so many rifles. Big are supposed to be in a lot of trouble, but they are now at great advantage.
I guess he does at this point.
Oh, he was baited by one AWP and ran into the other one. 4 versus 2 on the B bomb site. They see next to back trains, a flashbang makes things awkward. Where's the train for us, right? There's the first one, and here comes the second, but here comes Tabson as well with the AWP. That is such a fast headshot onto device. It's falling to pieces for Astralis, and Big now. Well, it's going to be a fast 5 versus 2. They'll be Molotovs and counter flashes. Dupree gets one before he's too blind. No commitment to the bomb plant there. The headshot has to come first. 4 versus 3, and look how they charge through the bomb site. Taking position, making it harder to retake. xantares makes his way towards Spindle. Specs looks to play off of the information from his teammates. Device can't be seen by xantares because of the scope, I think. Just waiting, but I don't know if they know where xantares is just yet, but they might see the trajectory. Flashbangs. Device has been up there for so long, finally getting taken out. Can't see Zepex just yet, looking for more. Magisk will activate, take out xantares. The smoke's about to dissipate, and maybe Big are about to disappear from the B bomb site, but it will be expensive. One of the snipers is lost, as is the other one. They have been a thorn in the side in multiple rounds, but and one far. There's the run boost. He's missed a shot though. Tabson's going to deliver the kill with xantares for help in the other order. That is very unexpected, but a great play. And look at this round from Big. They are storming towards match point versus Astralis. A really strong play from Ivy. Takes bravery to do that. Dupree opening things up. Magic's trying to do the same, but he can't find his face protection. Trying to shoot the feet. He'll get there eventually. Smoking off the choke point. There are rotations to be had. 2 versus 3 now. Astralis can be very dangerous in a round such as this. Ivy has been smoked off. 1 minute to plant the bomb. They'll go for it with no cover for the ladder room position. Smooya spamming, trying to shoot underneath. And now they've got some post-plant position, but they only know where one of the 3 players are for Big.
It's a problem. But they have made this workable somehow. What was it? 2v5, and they find a pick each. Now the bomb's down, and Big are making their way forwards. They're trying to do so. Zipex, how many can he get? Here's the first one. Now it's just about the bait game. Dupree has to give an assist. They're going to try to force their way up the ladder. That's crazy. Tizian somehow wins the battle, but they still have to worry about Dupree, who's finally announced his position. And, oh, there's the bait. Got to get the kill,
Oh
but he
my
can't do it.
God.
Commits to the peak. 15 for Astralis. Can you believe it? And that was a 2v5.
Watching how Dupree played that.
Completely disrupt your mental stability in trying to focus on winning this game for Big Clan. You are 2 versus 5. What on the blazes has happened there? It's a massacre. It's a wildfire on the A bomb site. I've never
did
seen
that happen?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, what the
And
hell's
just
going
like
on?
that, it's a 5 versus 2 for Astralis. They are done with this game, it seems. Tizian, the last man standing to get traded.
Wow.
Those are 2 shocking rounds in the blink of an eye. Oh my God. These highlights are brought to you by NVIDIA.